What's going on, everybody? You found Bottom Tier Collector, and I'm your host, the Bearded One. As always, thank you for finding my channel, liking my content, subscribing, leaving comments, all that good stuff. Any interaction I get from you guys is always much appreciated. Um, let's just dive into the show. I'm going to show you my haul for the 2021 want list. Some of these books may or may not have made it into other videos, um, but I'm just going to have I thought it'd be fun to do like an annual want list. I was inspired by Chris from Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture to make a want list, and I went through it for the most part. There were two books I did not get on my 2021 want list, but that's okay. They weren't the top books that I prioritized the most. I feel like I got all the books I really just had to have in 2021. This is nothing new under the sun. Of course, everybody does annual lists, but I thought it'd be fun to show what I prioritized. All these books are going to be keys. I would like to add after I showed this haul. Now I didn't get all this in one run. I got this over the course of the year. Obviously, I'm just not big balling like some of you out there in the community. Um, so after I do the 2021 want list, I'm going to share with you guys what I didn't get. And then I thought it'd be fun to cover some other books I got over the course of the year that may or may not be in other videos that are minor keys. Maybe some of them are major keys, but they're minor keys to me anyways. I consider myself a hybrid in the community. I'm a character collector first, so I guess first and foremost, I consider myself a character collector. A collector, excuse me. But I also believe in reading what you buy. So that goes hand in hand right there. I'm a reader and a collector. And some of these books were bought with a speculator mindset. I'm not a speculator, or I won't say I'm not a speculator. I'm not an investor. I'm not purchasing these books with the intent to view them as an investment and then sell them at some certain point in time. If I die with them, if I pass these books on to my kids, that would be the ideal situation. However, I do consider myself a hybrid. So I'm not a key collector, but I do collect keys, and all of these books I'm going to share with you guys today are keys. Um, I said we were going to jump right into the content, and we took 2.5 minutes roughly to ramble on. So let's get started. I'm going to go by a release date, not by value or company or anything like that. So, first up, we have Mr. Miracle #1. This is the first appearance of Mr. Miracle. I really tried to make 2021 a year of exploration, discovering new characters or characters that I knew a little bit about but wanted to learn more about. And this want list was a tool I was using to have an excuse to do that. And I secured this for FMV, right around 100, $110. Not the greatest copy in the world. I would grade this, and I'm not a pro grader. I'm not even an amateur grader, but in my personal estimation, when I put this in the CLZ app, I graded this somewhere around a 5.0. It's riddled with tick marks. You can see the color breaks. I don't think, you can see at the top, there's a little bit of that color rub. Edges, obviously, I mean, this isn't a facsimile. This is the real deal. This is the real McCoy. First print, first edition, first Mr. Miracle. I think I'm most excited to have this specific key. This purchase, I think, was my favorite purchase of the year. And I haven't read the Mr. Miracle run yet, although I don't know if you can see it in the shot. Okay, you can't see it in the shot, but I do have right behind me the Fourth World Omnibus, and so it includes this run. So very excited to get into that and preserve these issues, and not have to beat them up. Although if push comes to shove, I will read my physical copies. Next up, we have Mr. Miracle #4, first appearance of Big Barda. Got this for right around FMV. I want to say around $125. Personally, I think Mr. Miracle should be worth more than Big Barda because there is no Barda without Mr. Miracle. Although maybe that's not true. There's no Big Barda without Darkseid and Apocalypse and Granny Goodness. But anyways, I paid a little more than that. Mr. Miracle #1, but Big Barda's a big favorite character of mine. I don't typically go after females, and it's not like a sex thing. I'm really particular with what I look for in a female character, and Big Barda is a character I respect and I really like, and glad to have her first appearance. Again, following that trend of exploration, learning about new characters, Big Barda was another character I really wanted to learn about. This one's in much better shape. I don't think you could see it on camera. You can see there's a little bit of wear on the top edge. And there's that color breaking binge right there. Yeah, I think I would list this around a 6.0, 6.5. It's in really good shape, but there's a color breaking bend, and there's some pretty deep spine ticks on the spine. Um, so yeah, 6.0, something like that. Definitely wouldn't give it a high mid grade like a 7 or 7.5. Next up, we have Demon #7, First Clarion, the Witch Boy. This is probably the worst condition book I have in my haul today. We'll just go ahead and look at that. You see wear on the bottom. Riddled with spine ticks. They're kind of bad. I think it's even got some spine roll going on. I think when I cataloged this in the CLZ app, I rated it at about a 4.0. It could even be a 3.0, 3.5. Again, I'm not even an amateur grader. I know little about eyeballing a comic and understanding the condition it is, the grade it is. However, I'm a low grade is better than no grade kind of guy. I do have my breaking points. There are things that will keep me from buying a comic book. However, this presents well. I lowered my expectations because it's a Bronze Age issue, and I found it in the back bins at a store basically behind the place I'm staying at right now. I can get there within 5 minutes if I don't have any trouble with the one red light on the way or traffic. It was $20, which is the going rate for this issue in mid grade, and I just happened to be going in there on the day they were doing a sale of 50% off all comic books, $20 and under, and this one was $20, so I got it for $10, which was a steal in my opinion, even in the condition it was at. I'm glad they honored that sale for this book. I know little about Clarion. I know a lot about the demon. Still not a demon expert. There's a lot I still have to read. Um, but I do know I love the demon. I like Jack Kirby. If you're seeing a trend here, so far we've shown nothing but Jack Kirby works. Uh, and I'm sure once I get to know a little bit about Clarion, I will probably enjoy the character. Um, I just know that his name's Clarion. He's a witch boy, and I think he has a dog. And I only know that because this figure right here, or he comes with a cat. I think he comes with a black cat, a brown cat. Excuse me. So he has a pet cat, and that's all I know about Clarion. Um, I don't know anything else about Clarion. Um, so next up, we have first appearance of Booster Gold. Following that trend of characters I don't know much about, I listened to the an audio drama of the first couple of chapters of the 52 event from like 2005. Booster Gold plays a big part in that. I'm currently reading the Gold and Blue or Blue and Gold mini series that Booster Gold is in. So I've learned. I feel like I've learned the basics of Booster Gold and who he is and what he's about and his motivations. And I'm interested in the character. So I picked this up for FNV around $30 on eBay. And that was after shipping, so I actually won it for a little bit less than $30. And happy to have first Booster Gold in my collection. Next up, we have this is probably the most valuable book in my collection now. Sandman #1, that's right, the real McCoy, no essential vertigo at the top. First edition. I need to count the pages. I learned about that being a concern from Comic Aussie. If for any of you who happen to follow Comic Aussie, count your pages. And I'm nervous enough about this book and its value to count the pages. I'm going to do that eventually. Um, I got it around June, May or June. This was kind of a birthday present for me. Um, Morpheus is now one of my favorite characters. Again, following that trend of new characters that I know little about. Morpheus, Sandman, whatever you want to call him. Definitely a character I wanted to explore. I ended up buying the first omnibus not too long after I made this purchase. And I'm just loving this whole, I don't want to say franchise, but this whole universe. The Sandman universe has gotten me into other characters like Lucifer, which I already had the first appearance of Lucifer prior to this. Um, I actually bought that first appearance of Lucifer because of Lucifer Morningstar's connections to Etrigan. But I'm glad I have it in the PC for its original context, the original context the book was created for, which is Sandman. Because I love Sandman now, big fan. Can't wait to see it on Netflix, and I'm just dying to get Volume 2 of the Sandman Omnibus. If any of you out there watching can find a deal or at least fair market value for Sandman Volume 2 Omnibus and it's available, hit me up. I'm searching for that book. Um, First appearance of Morpheus, by the way. Sandman #1. Next up, we have possibly my favorite female in comic books now. It's a toss up between this character and a character in Doom Patrol who goes by the name of Crazy Jane. I love these two women, although they don't have anything to do with each other. Sandman #8, first appearance of Death. I love the concept DC, specifically Neil Gaiman, goes with in creating Death. Marvel kind of goes with a Mistress Death kind of approach, a female Grim Reaper, and Neil Gaiman makes Death an 80s punk, an 80s goth female uh, who treats death as a gift. She's giving you the gift of death. You're getting out of the pain of life. It's a real deep philosophical concept that I don't really want to spend a lot of the video going into, but it's a unique approach. I don't want to say an original, but a unique approach to death and the character of the Grim Reaper, the Angel of Death, whatever you would call this character. Um, Glad to have secured this, and I bought this for around $85, and then after somewhere after taxes, shipping, and fees, I ended up around 92, $93. So right around fair market value, maybe a little under FMV. decent condition. I would rate this a 7.5 to an 8.0. Um, really thankful to have this in the PC. Those were two books uh, those were two books when I learned about them and got into Sandman. I thought, man, I'm either gonna have to stretch the wall a little bit and make these two purchases happen, or it may never happen. So I'm glad I have secured one, 4, and 8. That's kind of the Trinity. 4 is not one of the more valuable books in Sandman, but I would consider the Trinity of Sandman to be issue 1, issue 4, and issue 8. Um, and last up, um, I'm a big Carnage fan, and let's just go ahead. Amazing Spider-Man 360, the first appearance in cameo of the Carnage symbiote. I've already got Amazing Spider-Man 361. I had that issue locked up years ago. I bought it within 1 or 2 years of being in the hobby for about $40, and it's on the lower end of the high grade. I'd give that 361 probably 8.0, 8.5. But this, I mean, I couldn't believe I found 360 in the condition I found it in. I'll try to give a close up. It's just an immaculate condition. I mean, it feels like it looks like it's never been read before. Um, I need to break down and read this art eventually. Uh, Found this again at the same store that I found the Demon number 7. Um, Again, half off. This was $25 and I got it for $12.50. I would say it's fair market value for 360. Maybe a little bit of a deal there considering the grade it's in. Easily a 9.0 or better in my humble opinion. Fantastic condition for this book. So those were the books I got on my 2021 want list. I'm going to go ahead and count how many issues that was. So that was 7 books. I reckon I put 9 books on my list. And I didn't end up getting 2 of them, which were I wanted. I'm blanking. Oh my gosh. What were the books I wanted? First appearance of Cletus Cassidy, Amazing Spider-Man 344, and the first appearance of Fire. Fire from DC Comics. She first appears in Super Friends issue 25, I believe. So those were the 2 issues I missed. I had my hands on a Cletus Cassidy and forgot that the store I was in does layaway. I should have just put it on layaway and paid for it the next time I came in, just to have it there being held for me. I found 344 in that same store I got 360 in for $25, and I'm kicking myself that I let it pass because I can't find that book for under $50 on eBay right now. And with how the Venom movie was received, I really just want to wait and let the book tank a little bit. I like Carnage. I'm a Carnage mark. I have a lot of Carnage books in my collection. I just don't think it's worth it to pay $50 considering how the public feels about that Venom 2 movie. Uh, Going forward in this video, I'm going to present you guys some minor keys I got throughout the year and dollar bins. One was a Christmas present, back bins, whatever. Just some books, books I thought were worth my time picking them up. They're not all impressive. May not be impressive to you, but they're impressive to me. So first up, we have the new Teen Titans number 16. I can't remember if this video is up yet or not, but I recorded a video recently with this issue in it. And I'll just go ahead and repeat again in case it's uploaded or it's in my phone waiting to be uploaded. I have a 1 video backlog. I know it sounds silly. I need to just cut it and upload it. But I have a haul video I plan on putting up eventually that I think this issue might be in. Again, I will just repeat myself. I got this, or I was given this issue because it's the first appearance of Captain Carrot. It's a cheap buy, and the person who got it for me, my soon-to-be brother-in-law, got it for me. He knows I like Captain Carrot. He's a big comic guy as well, and you can see Captain Carrot. Well, you can't see him because my camera sucks, but that's Captain Carrot in that picture of a comic book on the cover. Next up, this is another book. I was just kind of I didn't prioritize it enough to put it on the 2021 want list. It was just kind of a book where I just kind of felt like it's never going to go anywhere. It's always going to be $10 or less. When I have the extra money and there's nothing else I really want, I'll just pull the trigger. Why having to find this issue in person? DC Comics presents number 52, the first appearance of one of my favorite characters, Ambush Bug. This is never going to be a valuable book. It's definitely a minor key, but I'm glad to have the first appearance of Ambush Bug in my collection. The character is near and dear to me, and I like the cover as well. The Doom Patrol, another group series that I've grown to love and appreciate over the past couple of years. Next up, I found this in dollar bins. Not in perfect condition, but, decent condition for a dollar bin. El Diablo number 1. First appearance of Rafael Sandoval as El Diablo. I think he is the second. He's either the second or third. There's 4 El Diablo incarnations in the DC universe, and I think he is the second or third, I want to say second person to take up the mantle of El Diablo. El Diablo, the mantle debuts in All-Star Western. It's either All-Star Western or Jonah Hex. Dollar book all the way. We've already seen El Diablo in the first Suicide Squad. That book's probably never going anywhere. But if you're a fan of El Diablo, or you just like picking up keys like I do, you think it's fun to pick up keys in dollar books, you could easily find that El Diablo 1 in dollar books near you. Next up, we have the first cameo of the real Domino. So I don't know much about Domino other than I read X-Force, and she's a character that has a lot to do with the X-Force. I don't even know her mutant powers. I know she's a mutant. I know part of her face has a black circle on it. And that's about it. That's all I know about Domino. But I'm getting into X-Force. I'm learning more about Domino and realizing she's closely connected to one of the all-time characters for me, Wolverine. And so, maybe in the future I will have New Mutants 98. But I'm glad to have X-Force number 8. This is the first cameo of the real Domino. The controversy with her first appearance, her legal first appearance, is that someone else is that is a shapeshifter and is actually posing as Domino in New Mutants 98, and it's not actually Domino. This is the first time we see the actual Domino in comics. So that's the significance of this book. I think I paid, okay, so I paid $4. You may not even, I mean, you could probably find it in dollar bins if you're patient enough. Um, you could easily find it for $4 like I did. Um, Next up, we have Doom Patrol 35, the first cameo, first appearance of Flex Mentallo, one of my all time favorite characters, another one of those Z list goofy characters. The premise of Flex Mentallo is he has the power of muscle mystery, so he can alter reality just by flexing a muscle on his body. That's kind of the premise of Flex Mentallo, and he's in Doom Patrol, especially in season 2. I just think the character is hilarious and funny, and if there's one superpower I would like to have, it would be the power of muscle mystery, because and I don't want to say too much. I just want to say watch Doom Patrol season 2. There's going to be an episode with a moment between Rita Farr and Flex Mentallo, and let's just say that ability would be pretty handy with me and my wife. um, so yeah, I think I paid $3 for it. I think the money book is 36. That's the first full Flex Mentallo, but it's still like not even a $10 book, I don't think. I'm on the hunt for it to find it in an LCS versus eBay. I'm trying to cut down on paying for shipping so much. So we'll see. I might give up the hunt and get it on eBay eventually. And then lastly, in the what am I trying to say here? Lastly, in this honorable mentions list, I guess you could call it minor keys list, is 52 week 12. This is the first appearance of Isis, Black Adam's wife. Immaculate condition. I think I found it for $2 or $3. I don't think I paid. I don't even think I paid cover price, which is $2.50. So maybe I paid over. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But glad to secure this one for the PC. With this Black Adam movie being teased and on the horizon, um, who knows if there's a future for ISIS. I don't think there's going to be a future for ISIS. I just don't know what The Rock has in store for Black Adam, especially right now that the movie's not released and there's no fan reactions yet, no fan reception for the movie to go on to um, decide if The Rock wants to go forward with a sequel or not. Um, However, with what DC's doing, 52, this event could always be in play. ISIS could always be in the cards if Black Adam is received well. And I didn't necessarily buy this for speculation purposes. I'm not planning to sell it. I actually really like the character of Black Adam, and I don't have I until this point I didn't have any Black Adam keys in my collection. So really nice to have this in the collection. I didn't pull it out, but I also got the 52 issue that is I think it's the first appearance of Osiris, the origin and first appearance of Osiris. I think he is another Black Adam villain or something. I don't know. Black Adam himself is a Shazam villain, so to say Black Adam has villains, I don't know if that's correct. Um, but yeah, if you made it this far in the video, oh wait, hold up. I Before we go, I want to share the 2022 want list, and you can go ahead and leave if you want. Um, I just think it'd be fun to share my 2022 want list. I'm going to go off the dome, so maybe I'm not going to remember everything, but it's going to be fun to come back in a year and see if I completed the want list or if I got any books or whatever. I remember first up I put on the 2022 want list was the first appearance of John Constantine, and that is in the saga of Swamp Thing 37. I'm becoming a big fan of John Constantine. He was another big character I explored in DC this year. I really am loving Sandman. Excuse me. I don't have COVID, guys, but I am going through some stuff. Um, I'm just enjoying that Sandman, Vertigo era of DC. I feel like that's something Marvel just doesn't have and may never have anything like it. Next up, we have the Elseworlds 80-page giant. That is the most expensive Lobo appearance in existence. It is not a Lobo book. It just happens to be the most expensive book Lobo appears in. He appears in a minor story in that issue. It's usually a $200 plus book, and I'm blinking here. Oh my gosh, it's usually a $200 plus book, and I got in a bid war for a copy a couple weeks ago, and I didn't win the copy. I didn't think it was worth it. I think the winner won at like $104, and I walked away at 100. So the winner got a steal. I just didn't. I didn't. I wasn't in the market to pay over $100 for a single comic book at the moment. But we live to fight another day, right? Um, let's see. I want the first appearance of Black Adam in DC comic books, which would be Shazam #8 from his Bronze Age run, which also that issue #1 is another issue I want first Shazam in DC Comics. These two books will be the closest I'll ever get to having a first appearance of Shazam or Black Adam. Um, I just don't make enough money to hunt down those Golden Age appearances. Uh, but those books are extremely undervalued. I can't believe after the Shazam movie, which I think is really good, and the Rock's Black Adam is highly anticipated, and these are still both of them are still $25 books. Blows my mind. I think they should be at least $50, $75 books because they're going to be the closest most collectors can get to having the first appearance of Black Adam and Shazam. Um, I want the first appearance of Punchline, so Hell Risen 3, and I want the first print cover A with the orange flames on it. I don't care anything about Punchline, to be honest. No offense to Punchline fans. Personally, for me, she's Harley Quinn 2.0, and I don't even like Harley Quinn. The only take on Harley Quinn I like at all is this latest Suicide Squad movie's take on Harley Quinn, where she's an anti hero and she kicks butt. I don't care about her being best friends with Poison Ivy. I don't care about her being Joker's abused girlfriend. I just don't care. But it was nice to see her be her own independent, strong character in the Suicide Squad movie. So there is a version of Harley Quinn out there I do like. Negativity aside, uh, I do not want Punchline's first appearance for Punchline at all, as I've already said. Lobo appears in the book, and it's a lifelong dream of mine to collect Lobo's entire appearance history. I've got less than 65 issues to go, and I thought 2021 was going to be the year that I was going to complete that lifelong dream, but it's going to come down to Elseworlds 80-page giant and Hell Risen 3, which are the last two expensive books I have left. Expensive for me and what I consider expensive. Um, those are the last two books I have left to hunt down before I can pretty much say I'm done and I can just sweep up all the minor books I have left to collect. So yeah, Hell Risen 3. Um, First appearance of Dinah Lance, uh, who becomes Black Canary. I think she is Black Canary in her first appearance. She is Black Canary 2. Her mother is the Golden Age Black Canary. Dinah Lance is the Silver Age Black Canary, or possibly the Bronze Age. I think she's the Bronze Age Black Canary. Um, and she first appears in Justice League of America 75. Big fan of Justice League International, and she's a big character for the first 10 or so issues in Justice League International. And if you'll notice, I also have Barda and Mr. Miracle, and I picked up, I didn't pull it out. That was an issue I got this year, the first Ice Maiden, Justice League International 12. That was on my 2021 want list, and I picked that up too. I just don't have the issue on hand to show you right now. But I'm working on building a Justice League International Shrine. I also picked up Booster Gold, as I showed you. So I'm picking up first appearances um, within reason of the specific team members of Justice League International. Um, and Dinah Lance is another one of those characters on my list. Um, I know I'm forgetting some books. Let's see. We went over John Constantine. We went over Elseworlds 80-page giant. Like Adam, Shazam, Dinah Lance, Justice League International, Legends number 6. That is another book I want for 2022. That Captain Carrot, first appearance of Captain Carrot, he was on the list, the 2022 list. I was going to pick him up this month, roughly, but brother-in-law picked up Teen Titans 16 for me. Don't have to worry about that. And then the last two books I'm going to try and hunt for 2022. Kind of some speculation behind it, but again, not trying to sell the books. I just want them before the trend comes. First appearance of Kyle Rayner. That will be in the 90s Green Lantern run, issue 48. And then first appearance of Kyle Rayner as the Green Lantern, which is Green Lantern number 50 in the same 90s run that I think Gerard Jones writes, or it could be Ron Mars. I can't remember. Or maybe Gerard Jones draws it and Ron Mars writes it. I can't remember, but you Green Lantern fans know the run I'm talking about. I've got to go do some dad duties. So I'm going to get off here, guys. Thanks for dealing with my sickly voice. Thanks for watching past 38 minutes. If you made it this long, God bless you. As always, thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. It's much appreciated. And I hope to see you in a year. And we will go over how much of the 2022 want list I completed. Until next time, guys.